Okay, so hi, my name is Sister Mona Key. I'm one of the fully professed sisters from the Manchester House in the United Kingdom. Our house is actually the house of the swishing curtain, but not many people know that. I have been a sister for about 2 years. I think I started in March as a postulant 2 years ago, and it must be 2 years since then where I've got to now. So yes, still a baby really. So Sister Mona Key, I'm a British sister, and we have a strong royal family. And as being Queen of Canada, you share our monarch anyway. And I don't know, it was just a sort of play on words. I worked in a job that dealt with complaints, so that's a little bit of a moaning, or a moaner. And Mona Key just kind of fit with how I wanted to do things. It's not too outrageous. It's fairly quiet, but it has a little bit of thinking that you can do when you hear it. Okay. I had known about the sisters for quite a long time. I had met sisters. I had researched them, sort of seen them around, and a few years ago one of my good friends, Sai, sadly died, and the Manchester sisters, because I had just moved to Manchester, they helped with the memorial service for him, and after seeing that I thought I need to get involved in something like this, so I contacted Sister Bang Bangladesh, and the rest is history. So the UK houses came up from the Australian tradition, and the oldest houses that still exist in the UK are the Edinburgh House and the Manchester House. Edinburgh is a little bit older than us, and we are around 23 years old. We started off in the Australian tradition, so none of us wore makeup. Bang Bang was the first to start introducing a whiteface aspect to her manifestations, and some of the other sisters do also use makeup. I sometimes do, but I've decided that I think I'm probably one that will keep with a plain face for the most part, but do a white face every now and again just to keep things interesting. But I like the plain face. I don't know, sometimes you put on some armor with a white face, and I think that barrier, I like to not have that barrier sometimes. And I think it gives me a bit more of a connection to people. Not to say that you can't have that with whiteface, but for me, also it's easier. You can go out quickly. I mean, I got ready in 5 minutes, whereas you can't really do that with a whiteface. Certainly I do in the Manchester House, reach out and listen to people. So the HIV and AIDS vigil every year at Manchester Pride is something that I've been going to the last 2 years as a sister, and that's a really solemn moment. That having sisters at that event is really important, because people see a symbol of something that they can recognise and they can go to and let go with things. It's actually what I did for my novice project, and it's still ongoing really, is a version of the Veil of Shame, which, if people aren't familiar, is a veil where people can write stuff onto. And I changed mine slightly and called it the veil of letting go, and asked people to write things on the veil, something that they want to let go of. So maybe a bad thought that they have about themselves, or something they've been told in the past that they disagree with about themselves. And it's actually gets heavier and heavier as you wear it, because it's becoming its own sort of thing. And when it gets full up, I will burn it and let go of it forever. So I think that's kind of my mission, really, is to listen and to help people move on with things. I think I'm a mix of silly and serious. I try to remember Sister Unity when she says, remember, it's a joke, in some respects. I think what we do is very serious, but at the end of the day, we are also trying to spread joy and love and happiness through the means of being nuns. So yes, I'm silly and serious. Listen, watch. Don't be afraid to get involved and to say what you think is right. Because the novitiate or the postulancy or the aspirancy is not there for complete silence. You're learning, but you are also showing the house what you're about. And you can't do that just by standing back and watching things. It's a journey for both the house and for the new person. So don't be afraid to take a risk. I mean, I took a risk. I went to San Francisco by myself as a novice, and it was one of the best things I've ever done. But yeah, I think listen, but don't be afraid to get involved and to do things.